God said the stranger. Sis, hey sis, do you believe there's another race of people above us? Sis?
Keep your eye on the prize.
What's that?
No, because when Jesus came, you don't remember the story when the woman, okay, listen. When the woman from Canaanite,
Right here, sis. We got the Bible right here. Whatever you got, we'll bring it out.
This is what I'm saying. When the woman from Canaanite came and she came to Jesus,
Matthew 15:24.
Because at first he came just for his people,
Matthew 15:24. Yep.
Yes, okay? And she said, she proved to him that she was faithful and that she, like by saying that, he said, why would I give
And give me John, go to John 4:22.
Yeah.
We're going to read it. We're going to read it right now. We're going to read it right now.
That's at the top.
Read it. The book of Matthew. We're going to read it. The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So Christ said he's not sent. Who sent him? Who sent Christ? Right. So is Christ going to be disobedient to God?
Christ is God.
Wait. Listen carefully. Is Jesus Christ going to be disobedient to the Father?
He is God.
Sis, he said he's not sent. You know, answer the question, sis. Read it again. I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's sent by the Father only to the lost sheep of Israel. That's you, sis. But you know what? In society, because of Christianity, we're taught John 3:16, God loved the whole world, right? We love to hear John 3:16. But does God hate anybody?
No, he don't hate nobody, but he hates
Romans 9. Now let's go to Romans. Let's go to the New Testament.
He hates sin.
You believe in the Bible?
Yes, but he
Listen to God's word. Romans 9:13.
Everybody.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Who's Jacob, sis? Who's Jacob? Who is Jacob in the Bible? No, in the Bible. Who's Jacob, sis?
Abraham.
Abraham's grandson. Abraham. That's why Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Read on. Read on.
Verse
13.
Okay. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
That's his brother, twin brother. Read on.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Is God unrighteous for hating another person? Read.
God forbid.
No, this is Romans. This is the New Testament. Read the book again.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 13.
Read on.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid.
Now, let's jump up a little bit. Start at verse 10.
Verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born.
The children were not yet born. Jacob and Esau was in the womb together. That's Genesis chapter 25. Read on.
Neither having done any good or evil.
They didn't do anything wrong. They were just in the womb. They're not even born yet. Read.
The purpose of God according to the election.
The what?
The purpose of the purpose of God according to the election.
The purpose of God according to his election. He chose Jacob, changed his name to Isaac, and created Israel, the nation. Read on.
Might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
That him that calleth. So it doesn't matter that they were twins. God already just chose. God chose. God called Israel. He changed Jacob's name. That's why he said they were in the womb. They didn't commit any evil. You understand, sis? God said, read that part again. Verse 9, 10 and 11.
Verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of work, but of him that calleth.
Read on.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
God told Rebekah when she was pregnant, the elder, which was the firstborn, Esau, which is a so-called white man today, will serve the younger. He's going to be a servant to Israel. That's what the angel told her. You shake your head, sis. It's in Genesis 25. You could go back and read it. Read on.
As it is written.
As it's written, because Paul is quoting the Old Testament. Read on.
Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Read.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Is God unrighteous for hating someone, sis? Hold on.
He righteous in this.
Is God unrighteous
Yeah, he can't be unrighteous.
for hating another race of people?
He don't love everybody.
So you're telling God he's wrong. We can't do that anymore. That's what we were taught in this doctrine, Christianity. They taught us Christ was a white man. They taught us God so loved the world, not explaining it. And we're going to explain that to you, sis. That's a depiction. That's not the depiction out of the Bible. What did the Bible describe Christ as in Revelation?
God had a color. You think what color God
No,
is?
the description.
What color God is?
White woolly hair.
What color God
Skin
is?
like what? Skin like what?
What color God is?
I know, she know it. Skin like brass.
No, I'm saying.
As if it's burnt. Nothing like this.
It didn't say skin.
Because that's a lie. Your feet is the same color as your skin. Let's keep reading. No. Go back. Go back to Romans 9. Because that's a doctrine was taught to us in slavery, sis. Because I got a question for you. Right? This country, right? Listen up. Hey, you're distracting, bro. This country was built, said they're Christians. Now, when they came here, this is what they did. They murdered the Native Americans who are part of the children of Israel, stole this land for themselves. Now, as a Christian, should you give it back? If you stole something as a Christian, should you say, I'm sorry, and give it back? Or give back all the labor that our forefathers have been working in the cotton field, in the sugar cane field? Do we get paid for the labor that we've been doing? And they said it's a Christian nation because they're liars. Go back now. What did I say it again?
You said Romans 9 and...
No, let's go to John 3:16.
Yes, sir.
Because
That's the funny thing about the Bible, right? You can come to somebody and you can tell them about the Bible.
no,
You can be talking
that's
about
what we were taught.
And the thing about it is you can't pick what side.
There's other, all right, sis, there's other black races of people. There's other black races. The black races, the African races, sold the children of Israel because they knew who we are. Because we have diverse laws. We're different than all other races. Even in Africa, you have Egyptians, Ethiopians, Canaanites, Jebusites. There's different races of people. You understand? They know who we are. That's why they sold us. And that's Bible prophecy. But to fool you and to make you think that you're just nobody, they say African sold African. That's what the white man taught us. The Israelites were the only one being sold because God already prophesied that in the Bible. And this is how you identify that you're an Israelite. You're his chosen race. Because of our history. Because you see what's going on today, Kyrie Irving. You heard about what Kanye was talking about in the media, in social media?
What he's saying, he loves white people or something like that.
He said some other things. But he did say we are the Hebrews, the Jews. Kyrie Irving, he posted a documentary that explained, it said from Hebrews to Negroes. And now they're suspending him from the league. They said he got to apologize, say he's not anti-Semitic. They throw these terms out there. But we are Semitic. Chinese people are Semitic. Japanese people are Semitic. Arabs are Semitic. But they try to make it seem like Semitic is only the Gentiles in the New Testament is talking about our people. Let's go to John 2:16 real quick. Read that.
The book of John, chapter 3 and verse 16. For God so loved the world.
Who did God say he loved? We read Romans. He said, who did he love when we read Romans?
To the one, he said came for the sick. Who's sick? Esau was sick. He said he came for the
Jacob. His name was changed to Israel. And he hated. So God can't love everybody. Read on.
But he said I came.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life.
Now let's go explain the world. We're gonna go to Isaiah because Christ quoted the Old Testament. When Christ walked, there was no New Testament. There was no Mark, Matthew, Luke, John, Romans, none of that. You understand, sis? So we're gonna show you what Christ was talking about. Go to you got Isaiah 45. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved. In the Lord with an
read it again.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord.
Who's gonna be saved, sis? Who did God just say? Read it again.
But Israel shall be saved.
Who's gonna be saved, sis? So then you call Isaiah a liar. The prophet of God. Who did God say is gonna be saved?
That was the love of God. He said Israel.
Sis,
Yes.
who did God just say? Read it again.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
How long is everlasting, sis? Then you call God a liar. So he said an everlasting salvation. Read on.
Ye shall not be ashamed.
God said you're not going to be ashamed anymore. Because society, they call you nigger, Negro, black, African, coon, colored, monkey. The name keeps changing. But they never tell you you are Israelites. That's why God said you're not going to be ashamed anymore. Because now you're going to know he chose you out of all the races. And we're going to show you in the Bible. Read on.
For confound world.
Thou shalt not be ashamed.
Oh, okay. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confound world without end.
He said Israel is a world without end. That is where Christ quoted it from, sis. That's why he said God so loved the world. He's talking about the world of Israel. Go to John. Go back to John now.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go back in the same book a few chapters over. 17 and 9.
Yes, sir.
Go to John. Same book. Christ quoted John 3:16, right? He said John 3:16. Go back to John chapter 17 and verse 9. Let's see what he said about the world again. But he mentioned it. Read on.
Book of John, chapter 17 and verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
Who is he praying for? Who's the them, sis? It's the children of Israel. It's the children of Israel. Where is your father from, sis? Is he African American?
Yeah, he's Jamaican.
He's Jamaican, West Indies black. You are an Israelite, sis, from the tribe of Benjamin. That's what Christ is trying. God is trying to wake his people, his chosen race, back up. Because society said you're Jamaican. Where do we get that name from?
What, Jamaican?
Yeah. Got it during slavery, sis. African American, all these names on the left, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Cuban, that's what we were called during slavery. But now it's the wake up time, sis. You're an Israelite. You're God's chosen race. Read that again.
Verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Who did God give to Christ? Go to Matthew 2, verse 6.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna see who's God's people, sis. Everybody. You see what Christianity did to us? They lied. We were all in Christianity, sis. But now we start understanding the Bible. And we're going to show you how you get this understanding. Matthew 2, verse 6.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2 and verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the prince of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor.
So out of Judah, because Christ came from the tribe of Judah, that's where the term Jew come from. Did you know that? Jew is short for Judah, one of the tribes. For out of what? Read it again.
And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the prince of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
Shall rule who?
Rule my people Israel.
Even in the New Testament, since he let you know, his people is Israel. Once you start studying, you'll understand that some of the tribes we separated at one point in the Old Testament. Went off into idolatry, went off into slavery, brought into different lands, and they were called different names. That's the New Testament. What Paul's mission is to go. You talk about the Gentiles, right? You asked about the Gentiles, and
Yeah.
right? Matthew, go back to Matthew 4, chapter 4, verse 15. Matthew 4:15. Read on.
The book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 15. The land of Zebulun, in the land of Naphtali.
Who's Zebulun and Naphtali, sis? Zebulun, it said that, read it again.
The land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali.
Sounds strange to you, right?
Yeah.
And this is chapter 4. But Zebulun and Naphtali are two of our tribes of Israel.
What about the Samaritan that he met?
We'll show you that. So he's talking about now Zebulun and Naphtali, two of the tribes that we were separated in the Old Testament, sis. Read on.
The land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
He called them Gentiles because they went off into Gentiles' ways. They were worshiping idolatry. Like in Christianity, they teach you to celebrate Christmas, right? You celebrate Christmas?
No, I mean, I do, but I don't really.
Is that of God?
I don't really think it's like, it's just to celebrate.
Now, I got a question. Is it of God?
No, it's pagan.
It's idolatry, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the first commandment? Exodus 20. What's the first commandment? So when you're celebrating Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving, all these worldly holidays, you are worshiping another God. But society, they put it in the Christian church. They put Christmas trees in the church. In the church, they say Easter Sunday with a bunny laying eggs. Nothing to do with God.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's pagan. You know it's pagan, sis. But our people are doing it. Why? Those are Gentile ways. So when you act like a Gentile, you might not be a child, but someone to call you childish, right? For the way you're acting. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Come down to verse 8. These are the commandments that we should be keeping. Verse 8.
Verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Do we keep the Sabbath day? What day do you go to church?
Sunday.
Where do we learn that? Just following tradition.
Yeah.
But God said keep the Sabbath day holy. When is the Sabbath day, sis? The seventh day. Today is the Sabbath day. Today is the day God commands you, because you're an Israelite. What tribe? I already showed you. Benjamin, sis. You are from the tribe of Benjamin. God already commanded. These laws are only given to us, and we should keep these commandments.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.